Our Cosmic Significance. Selected articles. Written by Povitro Odhikari. Narrated by Ashish Hadra. Our Cosmic Significance. Selected articles of Povitro Odhikari. 1. Our Cosmic Significance. Today, humans seem to have become hollow beings, devoid of values. Instead of comprehending the depth and significance of life, we chase fleeting achievements. But we forget that our existence, this body, this life force, everything is an extraordinary and rare gift from the universe. We are the product of a long cosmic journey, where every particle is intimately connected to one another. The living form of cosmic dust. After the Big Bang, the universe's first basic elements were hydrogen and helium. Over billions of years, vast stars were born from those gaseous clouds. When those stars met their end, their cosmic explosions, or supernovae, created most of the basic elements in our bodies: carbon, oxygen, iron, and others. We are truly made of the dust of those dead stars, or stardust. This earth of ours, 3/4 water, and our bodies mostly water. Perhaps the origin of this water also lies in space. Nature is like a skillful artist, bringing together the elements of the universe to create this complex structure of life. Our existence is therefore not an isolated incident, but rather a continuous part of the universe. The rarity of life and our misconceived values. In the vast expanse of the universe, the origin of life is an extremely complex and rare process. The creation of an environment favorable for life is almost impossible. This can be understood with a beautiful analogy. If we compare diamonds and wood in the universe, we will see that while diamonds are abundant, the complex processes and favorable environment required to create wood, which is a part of life, are very rare. Yet, because wood is easily available on earth, we consider it less valuable. And because diamonds are rare, we value them more. Similarly, we fail to comprehend the complexity and rarity of life, considering it easily available, and treat trivial material gains as the highest value in life. This is a deep misconception of ours. Nature's affection and the brain's connection. Nature has created us with immense affection. Like a mother, nature loves her child. Rain is a manifestation of that love, keeping the earth alive and creating the necessary environment for our sustenance. The oxygen we receive from plants and microorganisms keeps us alive, and in its absence we die. This ebb and flow of vital air is a part of our lives. Our brain, the center of our existence, also has a deep connection with the universe. Our thoughts, consciousness, perception, all of these are the ultimate development of a cosmic journey. Only by understanding this connection can we find the true value of life. Conclusion. This life of ours, this body of ours, everything is an extraordinary outcome of cosmic history. From the Big Bang to the death of stars, the origin of water, the development of life, none of these are ordinary events. We have become indifferent to that extraordinariness. We should properly understand that real life, be grateful to nature, and rise above materialism to respect the true values of life. Only by comprehending the cosmic significance of our existence can humanity overcome its hollow emptiness and become a complete being. 2. Beyond the world of experience. We tend to believe that what we experience is the ultimate truth. However, beyond the realm of our perception, there lies an immense and vast world. We can see light only within the range of a specific frequency, and we can hear sound only within the range of a certain frequency. Many forms of light still remain invisible to us, and many sounds are way beyond our hearing range. Numerous entities pass through our bodies without us ever perceiving them. Beyond the world of our experience, there exists a vast and limitless reality. Scientists have explained that everything in this universe is composed of atoms and molecules. Atoms, in turn, are composed of electrons, protons, neutrons, and other subatomic particles. However, from a spiritual perspective, even subtler elements have been described. Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. These three fundamental qualities or gunas from the five great elements Panchabhuta, Ithar, Akash, air, Vayu, water, Jal, fire, Agni, and earth, Prithvi. It is through these five elements that the entire cosmos has been created, life has been created. We often assume that the universe is infinite. However, according to speculative science, the universe has a boundary. It is not quite limitless. Well, if that is the case, what exists beyond the boundary of our universe? The concept of the multiverse emerges from this very question. Many universes exist side by side, forming a grand cosmic structure. The multiverse is an extremely complex and intricate idea. Just as time varies across different universes, the flow of time also differs from one universe to another. In the future, research on the multiverse will advance significantly. Complex findings about black holes and wormholes will come to light. Speculative scientists believe that in the beginning, there was not more than one universe. There was only a single universe. Events occurred in a predetermined manner, and no one could alter them. This was the law of universal programming. However, when the same event began to unfold in different ways, a distortion occurred in the universal programming, leading to the creation of the multiverse. At the center of this multiverse exists one singular point, a source from which all energy originates. Every consciousness within the multiverse is connected to this point, and it is from here that the intricate web of the multiverse is woven. From a spiritual perspective, human beings are trapped in a cycle of birth and death. After death, the soul is reborn, continuing this cycle until it attains liberation, also known as moksha. To be freed from this endless loop of birth and death is to be freed from the illusions of the multiverse. The soul then merges with the central point of the multiverse, attaining its ultimate liberation and true knowledge. In spiritual thought, there are four primary goals of human life: dharma, righteousness; artha, material prosperity; kama, desires; and moksha, liberation. Moksha is considered the ultimate goal as it frees us from the cycle of birth and death. It grants us true wisdom and allows us to transcend this illusory web of the multiverse to reach the absolute reality that exists beyond our limited perception. 3. The eternal rule of change, a profound philosophy of life. If there is one eternal truth in this universe, it is change. From creation to destruction, from an atom to the entire cosmos, everything is subject to a continuous flow. Our lives are no exception. Throughout the ages, philosophers have comprehended and expressed this truth in various ways. But the core message remains the same: change is the rule of this universe. Dark matter and the structure of the universe. Dark matter makes up about 27% of the universe. It is a type of invisible substance that doesn't emit any light or radiation, which is why we can't see it. Its existence is only known through its gravitational effects. Galaxies should be flying apart at the speeds they are rotating, but dark matter acts like an invisible glue, holding them together with extra gravitational force. This force controls the formation and evolution of galaxies. This proves that the structure of the universe is not a static or unchanging state. Rather, it is a dynamic process driven by an invisible force. Dark energy and the expansion of the universe. Dark energy constitutes about 68% of the universe and is its most mysterious force. Its primary function is to accelerate the expansion of the universe. Scientists once thought that the expansion of the universe would slow down due to gravity. However, they later discovered that the universe is expanding at an accelerating rate. The reason for this counterintuitive motion is dark energy, which acts as a repulsive force. This force pushes every particle in the universe away from each other. This shows that the universe is not just forming structures, but is constantly changing as it moves toward its ultimate destiny. The rule of cosmic transformation. The continuous action and reaction of dark matter and dark energy remind us that nothing in this universe is static. While dark matter works to form structures through its gravitational influence, dark energy pushes these structures apart, disrupting their stability. The conflict between these two opposing forces is the main driver of the cosmic change. Just as our lives are a continuous cycle of joy and sorrow, birth and death, and ups and downs, the universe is also constantly transforming under the influence of these two invisible forces. This is the eternal rule of the cosmos. Conquering change and adversity. Change is not just applicable to worldly objects. It is equally true for the problems in our lives. Just as night follows day and day follows night, this is the rule of nature. Happiness and sorrow, Good and bad, victory and defeat are all temporary. Those who accept life's ups and downs and strive relentlessly never lose. It's not possible to be successful every time. But those who consider failure a stepping stone to success, who learn from every fall and move forward with renewed vigor, cannot be defeated. For them, every failure is the opening of a new horizon. Conclusion. Therefore, the meaningfulness of life lies in accepting change as a part of it and learning to adapt. By comprehending this eternal truth, we can make every moment of our lives purposeful. It is by remaining steadfast amid worldly changes and striving for inner peace that we can take a step closer to the ultimate truth. This journey is true life. 4. Science, Brahma and Adi Shakti. Science has taught us, if you want to understand macro level like universe, galaxy, black hole, then you have to understand micro level like structure of molecules and atom. Atom is made of proton, electron, neutron, etc. Spiritual theory taught us about more basic elements, which has made this universe, and that is Triguna. Panchabhuta or 5 basic elements is made by these Triguna: Sattva, Raja and Tama. Those 5 elements are the sky, the air, the water, the earth and the fire. These 5 elements, Panchabhuta, has created the universe. These 5 elements, Panchabhuta, has created the life. If we go to deep inside the spiritual level, then we will realize that this universe, which is created by these 5 basic elements, actually an illusion. The truth is only one and unique God. That God calls Brahma in Advaita Vedanta philosophy. Brahman has no shape or form. He is unembodied and omnipresent. We worship that unembodied Brahman as Shiva, Krishna, and in many forms of God. So prophets said, as many views, so many ways. Science has proven that the universe was created from a single point. As per the Big Bang Theory, in the distant future, this universe will contract again and converge at that point. According to spiritual beliefs, this universe was created from Brahman, and in the distant future, this universe will one day merge with that Brahman. The language of our universe is mathematics. The God is the one and the nature is infinite. The entire physical universe exists in a base called Shunya or zero. Zero means Maya. Zero means nothingness. The universe was created by the union of the one, zero, and infinite. The nature is mysterious and mathematics is the solution of this mystery. So, if you want to know this universe, there is no other way but mathematics. Science has taught us our universe is controlled by power. That power has no formation or destruction. That power has no beginning, neither an end. Power only transfers from one form to another. It is also possible to convert the mass to the power and the power to the mass. We get the description of Adi Shakti in spiritual level. The meaning of Adi Shakti is absolute energy. Now, here the question is, if Brahman is the only truth, is the Adi Shakti an illusion? Maybe not. Because Brahman and Adi Shakti are indifferent, just as time and space are inseparable. If the Brahman is fire, then Adi Shakti is the vigor of that fire. Brahman is the absolute consciousness. When Brahman is in active form, we can call him Adi Shakti, or the absolute energy. Whole universe is controlled by that Adi Shakti. Brahman or Adi Shakti is the power that is controlling this universe. Some of that power could be felt by us through meditation. 5. From the origin of the universe to the evolution of life, a cosmic narrative. Human curiosity about the beginning of the universe is eternal. Everything in this vast cosmos was once concentrated in a tiny, super dense, and extremely hot point. About 13.8 billion years ago, a tremendous explosion from that point initiated the expansion of the universe, known as the Big Bang. This massive explosion gave birth to our familiar universe. Initially, the universe was just a hot, gaseous cloud, filled with the energy and fundamental particles. While the Big Bang is often seen as the beginning of our universe, some cosmic theories also explore the possibility that it might have been the end of a previous universe, leading to a cyclical, never-ending series of universes. Birth of stars and the creation of heavy elements. After the Big Bang, the universe began to cool. Gradually, fundamental particles coalesced to form light elements like hydrogen and helium. These gaseous clouds started to clump together under the influence of gravity, forming immense nebulae. Inside these nebulae, the density of matter became so high that the temperature and the pressure increased incredibly. This intense pressure and heat eventually triggered nuclear fusion at the center of these nebulae. Through this nuclear fusion process, hydrogen atoms transformed into helium, releasing an enormous amount of energy. This is how the first stars were born. Stars are astonishing powerhouses of the universe. In the nuclear fusion process, according to Einstein's famous equation, a small amount of mass is converted into energy. This energy is the source of a star's brilliant light and heat, illuminating our universe. Stars not only radiate light, but also create heavy elements essential for life. Initially, stars only converted hydrogen into helium. But as the hydrogen in a star's core depleted, it began to create even heavier elements, such as carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, and so on. This process continued in massive stars, eventually producing heavy elements up to iron. Supernovas, black holes, and an endless cosmic structure. Stars also have a life cycle. Eventually, their fuel runs out. Small and medium-sized stars end their lives quietly. But stars, many times larger than our Sun, conclude their lives in a terrifying explosion known as a supernova. The supernova explosion releases so much energy that it creates elements heavier than iron, such as gold, silver, uranium, and so on. Through this explosion, all the stars' matter is dispersed throughout the universe. After the supernova explosion of some massive stars, their remnant cores became so dense that they turn into a black hole. A black hole is a region in space-time where gravity is so strong that even light cannot escape. These black holes are mysterious parts of the universe that distort the fabric of space-time. Sometimes, theories suggest that wormholes, hypothetical tunnels connecting to different points in the universe or even linking to different universes, might exist deep within black holes. The end point of one universe could possibly be the beginning point of a parallel universe, hinting at an endless cycle within the cosmic structure. Birth of Earth and the advent of life. From these dispersed clouds of matter, new stars and planetary systems are born. Our Sun was also born this way about 4.6 billion years ago. From a vast cloud of gas and dust, the remaining matter around the Sun coalesced to form the various planets of our solar system. Among them, one special planet is our Earth. When Earth was newly formed, it was a hot, molten ball of matter. Gradually, its surface cooled and solidified. Volcanic eruptions released water vapor, carbon dioxide, and other gases, which formed Earth's early atmosphere. This water vapor condensed to create continuous rainfall, forming the oceans. Evolution of life, a cosmic legacy. The essential elements for life, water, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen, which were actually forged inside ancient stars, have now gathered on Earth. Once favorable conditions for life were established on Earth, complex organic molecules formed from these basic elements. These molecules combine to give rise to the first simple life forms, such as single-celled organisms. Over billions of years of evolution, these simple life forms gradually developed into complex ones. From aquatic animals to terrestrial animals, reptiles to mammals, and eventually humans emerged. The development of the human brain is the most extraordinary chapter in this cosmic narrative. Our brain, the center of our thoughts, consciousness, emotions, and creativity, reflects the very structure of the universe in how its neurons are interconnected. Many believe that our consciousness and brain function are somehow connected to that primal energy of the universe, which has sustained every cosmic event since the Big Bang. Thus, we are part of that very universe, which extends both within and beyond us. 6. Our next generation, roots and wings. We have a far-reaching responsibility in nurturing our next generation. It's not enough to equip them with knowledge and skills. We must also instill in them fundamental values that will guide their lives on a coherent path. These values will be their roots, connecting them to the earth and their wings, teaching them to soar towards infinite possibilities. Firstly, it is essential to awaken in them a deep love for nature. This Earth's natural resources are limited, and it is our moral duty to stop their waste and misuse. We must teach them not to destroy nature out of greed and folly, and not to make our living environment uninhabitable. They need to be aware that our actions should not endanger or lead to the extinction of any other species, nor disrupt the balance of nature, coexistence with nature, and its preservation will ensure a healthy environment for future generations. Secondly, the development of human values is extremely crucial. We must teach them how to stand by the helpless. They should be taught not to oppress the weak, but instead to empathize with them and offer support. The mantra, "Service to humanity is the supreme dharma," should be etched in their hearts. Love and respect for humans and other living beings need to be cultivated in them. This empathetic mindset will strengthen their sense of social responsibility. They will consider cooperation, not competition, as a guiding principle of their lives. Thirdly, our main goal is to make them well-educated and mentally sound. Education is not merely bookish knowledge. Rather, it should broaden their minds and make them discerning. They should learn to live honest and dignified lives. Honesty and self-respect will strengthen their character and increase their accountability to society. The right combination of knowledge and ethics will be their guide. They must be taught that religion and science should lead humanity on the right path, not astray. They need to realize the truth that they should not bring about their own ruin by falling prey to greed and folly. Fourthly, good health is extremely important for them. Physical and mental health are the foundation of life. We must teach them to be healthy. They need to understand the importance of regular exercise, clean living, and good eating habits. They should be taught to stay away from all bad habits. That will give them a healthy and long life. To fulfill this noble responsibility, parents and teachers must take the lead. They are the first guides who can sow the seeds in children's minds. Through their own way of life and their teaching, these values must be instilled in children. Therefore, our responsibility is immense. If we can raise this generation to be respectful of nature, emphatic towards people, and rich in knowledge and virtue, only then will they be able to build a beautiful, healthy, and peaceful future. 7. He who loves the living being is the greatest. He who loves the living being is the greatest. What exactly does this mean? This universe is created by the union of Purusha and Prakriti, is without beginning and end. It is futile to try to find the existence of God in this universe, because God is present in every particle of nature. This entire cosmos, which is made of the 5 basic elements of nature, composed of 3 great cosmic qualities, dwells within God. When God is still, He is the supreme Brahma. And when God engages Himself in creation, He becomes Adi Shakti Mahamaya. The life force that circulates in our body is a unique form of Adi Shakti. The presence of that breath is life. The absence of that breath is death. That vital air permeates every living being. So, we can say that the one who loves the living being is the greatest. Greed and stupidity are leading us to destruction. If we destroy nature, if the living world in the bosom of nature becomes endangered or extinct because of us, then even worshipping God will be of no use, because nature is the source of all creation. Nature is a unique form of God. So every living being has to be adopted. We should consider the entire universe as a family and stand by each other. Cooperation, not competition, should be considered the motto of life, because we all depend on each other here. Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha are considered by many to be the main goals of life. Moksha means Mahanirvana. Therefore, one should free oneself from the cycle of life and death by giving up all the illusions of the world. Then there will be union of the soul with the Supreme Soul. There will be salvation. But that salvation is not possible without selflessly loving every particle of this creation. There are different ways of realizing God. So we say, as many ways as possible. Some believe in dualism, and some believe in non-dualism. Realization of God is possible through Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Different religions have shown us different paths. Some say, pray in the name of God, live righteously, and give to the needy. Someone has said that the aim of life should be to do selfless action. Others say that service is the ultimate duty of our life. Great men have taught us this for ages. If we analyze every religion, we will see that every religion has tried to show us the right path. But when we try to belittle each other's adoration by misinterpreting it, God gets angry with us. So we can say that our real religion is human religion. Human service is God's service. Not only human service, but every living being should serve selflessly. If we really want to realize God's loving form, Satchidananda form, Satyam Shivam Sundaram form, then we have to learn to love every living being selflessly, to awaken compassion towards every living being. Only then can we realize the real God. Therefore, we can say that whoever has harbored love and adoration for the living beings serves God. The greatest person is the one who loves all living beings. 8. Science and religion. We live in a three-dimensional world, but our consciousness resides in a higher dimensional world. According to the religious concept, universe is a living being and emotion, love, is the regulator of the universal rule. God is the soul of the universe. But scientists have doubt that if God creates the universe, then who creates the God? We can say that God is the supreme energy of the universe. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. Albert Einstein. So, we can say that God cannot be created or destroyed. God is the ultimate truth. God was present before the creation of the universe. God will be present after the destruction of the universe. God is the soul of the universe. Soul has neither beginning nor ending. Soul cannot be created or destroyed. Like after our death, our soul will be alive. God will be present after the destruction of this universe. Without soul, we are nothing. Like without God, our universe is nothing but an illusion. According to Advaita Vedanta philosophy, universe is an illusion and the ultimate truth is Brahma, God. Brahma is the absolute consciousness. When Brahma is in active form, we can call him Adi Shakti or the absolute energy. Matters and antimatters are also inactive from that energy. Brahma, God, is the soul of the universe. Brahma, God, and the universe are inseparable. Brahma and Adi Shakti are identical. If the Brahma is fire, then Adi Shakti is a vigor of that fire. Time is relative and flexible, and according to Einstein, the dividing line between past, present, and future is an illusion. So reality is ultimately an illusion. If you go fast, your clocks run slow relative to people who are still. So, does time really exist? According to modern science, space and time are simultaneous phenomena, like mass and energy, and together form the fabric of the universe, known as space-time. Time is the fourth dimension. If time is relative, then space is also relative. So, we can say that our universe or multiverse is an illusion. Only truth is the supreme energy, God. But according to my perception, there is no difference between the God and nature. I have discovered the existence of nature within the Almighty, in the presence of the Almighty amidst nature. I worshipped that consciousness, that ultimate truth inherent in nature, that primordial power. So according to my perception, God is the Satyam Shivam Sundaram. God is the Sat, Chit, Ananda. 9. The mystery of the inner world and the realization of supreme consciousness, a spiritual journey. Yoga teaches us that our true joy and supreme peace are never found in the fleeting external world. They have always flowed from the depths of our soul, in our uncovered inner world. All the undiscovered mysteries and the unspoken truths of this infinite universe lie hidden in the private corners of our existence. To enter this mysterious inner world is the greatest journey of human life. By opening this door, we can realize the most ancient truth of creation and the deepest meaning of our own existence. In the primordial moments of creation, when there was only impenetrable darkness in every direction, an unimaginable star, a supreme being, burned like the light of a candle in that infinite void. We call this universal consciousness or supreme consciousness. This consciousness, which was all-pervading yet formless, had a powerful vibration and an irresistible urge to create something new. From this primal vibration, every particle of the universe was born, and every life was revealed. From the supreme consciousness, the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, developed, giving each creation in the universe its unique characteristics. From these three gunas, the five elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space, were created, which form the fundamental basis of this visible world. The combination of these five elements gave rise to life and manifested every form and essence of this vast, diverse universe. When this supreme consciousness remains in its stable, inactive state, it is known as Param Brahma. It is formless, without attributes, nirguna, and infinite. But when this consciousness engages in the divine play of creation, when it reveals its unmanifested power, it transforms into Adi Shakti. Every vibration, every force, every creation in this universe has its root in this Adi Shakti. She is not only the source of creation, but also the controller of this infinite universe. This Adi Shakti is intimately connected with every mind in the form of Mahamaya. And from there, the illusionary web of this universe, and its seemingly diverse reality are created. Although universal consciousness and Adi Shakti may appear to be two different entities at first glance, a deeper realization reveals that they are in fact one and the same, merely two different expressions of the same entity. We can call that universal consciousness nothingness or the supreme void. It has no specific form. It is infinite and formless, yet at the same time, it is all-pervading. It exists in every microscopic particle, in the largest galaxies, in every living being, and in the depths of every existence. Our every thought, every emotion, and every action are subtly controlled by that supreme consciousness. Each of us is a tiny part of that infinite consciousness, like a single drop of water in a vast ocean. The path to realizing this supreme consciousness is through self-inquiry and meditation. By entering the deep levels of meditation, we can experience this universal consciousness to some extent. When this realization awakens within us, we understand that the same supreme consciousness exists within each of us. This knowledge creates a deep sense of connection within us. We then realize that we are all inseparably connected to one another because we are all part of that one undivided consciousness. This realization dissolves our ego and gives birth to a universal love and compassion within us. If every one of our actions is controlled by that great consciousness, then do we have no personal role to play? This question is extremely profound. And the answer is yes, of course we do. Each of us has a unique and essential role to play in this great creation. That role is our karma. The freedom to act is in our hands. If our soul is eternally pure and our actions are good and benevolent, no bond can stop our liberation. Our karma has determined our destiny for ages. We must experience the consequences of our actions, both good and bad. It is through experiencing this karma that we can gradually free ourselves from the cycle of birth and death and attain moksha, liberation. Only then will we unite with that supreme consciousness and completely free ourselves from the illusionary web of this universe. When we achieve moksha by freeing ourselves from this eternal cycle of birth and death, we will be completely liberated from the illusionary web of this universe. Our limited consciousness will then fully merge with that great universal consciousness. This supreme consciousness controls both space and time. Therefore, after the merging with it, the artificial distinction we have between past, present, and future completely disappears. Then we can become one with Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. That which is true, benevolent, and beautiful. The Satchidananda universal consciousness. This realization is not just knowledge. It is supreme bliss, supreme liberation, and the ultimate purpose of human life. This is a state where the individual self merges with the universal self, and we discover our true infinite nature. 10. The grand journey of existence. In the vast and intricate dance of existence, ancient wisdom offers a profound framework that transcends mere physical observation, delving into the very sense of creation, life, and ultimate liberation. This philosophy doesn't view the universe as simply arising by chance, but rather as subtly woven from fundamental principles animated by an unseen force and offering a path for individual souls to merge with their cosmic origin. It's a narrative that begins with the most basic elements and culminates in a breathtaking vision of cosmic consciousness. At the very root of this cosmic architecture lie the Panchabhuta, earth, Kshiti, water, up, fire, teja, air, marut, and space, Bum. These five great elements are not merely inert components, but dynamic expressions, each endowed with unique qualities. Yet their origin is even subtler, as they are said to be formed by the three gunas: sattva, purity, harmony; rajas, action, passion; and tamas, inertia, darkness. This hierarchical design implies that the entire physical universe, with all its diverse forms and phenomena, arises from the complex interplay of these three fundamental modes of existence. From the solidity of mountains to the fluidity of oceans, the warmth of fire, the movement of wind, and the infinite space that contains everything, every aspect of creation is a testament to this primal interaction. At the heart of the vibrancy of this physical world lies Pranvayu, the vital life force, the breath of existence. Its presence is the undeniable sign of life, its absence the silence of death. Pranvayu is not merely the air we breathe. It is this subtle energy that permeates every cell, orchestrates every bodily function, and propels every thought. It is the invisible thread that connects the individual to the cosmic, a constant reminder that our existence is not isolated, but part of a larger, pulsating cosmic rhythm. It is through this life force that consciousness manifests, enabling the myriad experiences that define our earthly journey. For humanity, life is presented as a purposeful journey, guided by four fundamental pursuits: dharma, righteous conduct and moral duty; artha, material prosperity and security; kama, desire, pleasure, and emotional fulfillment; and ultimately, moksha, liberation. While the first three govern our engagement with the world, moksha stands as a pinnacle, ultimate freedom from the continuous cycle of birth and death. This liberation is not a loss into voidness, but a profound integration. It is the soul's return to its true form, a union with the Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, the eternal truth, ultimate good, and supreme beauty. In this state, individual consciousness merges into Satchidananda Ishvara, the supreme existence, consciousness, and blissful God. It is a cessation of individual suffering and the realization of boundless joy, a state beyond duality and limitations. Yet, this philosophy extends beyond personal liberation. After attaining moksha, the liberated soul transcends the limitations of the birth-death cycle and enters a new world. Within that world lies the profound concept of the prana bindu, a singular point of life energy. This is not merely a metaphorical concept. It is described as a nexus where all the brains or consciousness of the multi-universe are intricately connected. From this single powerful point, the grand illusion, Maya, of these multi-universes originates. Even more astonishingly, this prana bindu is revealed as a source of all energy within this vast, interconnected cosmic expanse. The ultimate destiny of our liberated soul is to merge with that prana bindu and be completely freed from the illusion of this multi-universe. This ultimate union signifies a return to the primordial source, a re-merging into the cosmic consciousness that underlies all existence, all energy, and all creation across countless realities. Therefore, this ancient philosophy not only provides a path to individual enlightenment, but also unveils a breathtaking cosmology. It paints a picture of a universe that is both intricately structured and infinitely interconnected, where the smallest particle echoes the grandest cosmic design. It empowers the individual with the knowledge that within the transient breath of pranavayu lies the potential for cosmic union, and that the soul's ultimate journey is a return to that single point from which all existence, all consciousness, and all energy originate. It is a profound testament to the interconnectedness of all things, reminding us that our individual quest for liberation is, in essence, a journey back to the heart of the multi-universe. 11. God, the union of form and formless, devotion and service. The question of whether God has a form or is formless has long puzzled the human mind. Sanatana Dharma accepts both these concepts as truth. They are two different expressions of God's supreme being, guiding people on the path to realizing God. God's dual forms, with and without form. The formless, Nirakara. God is that infinite, formless consciousness who is not limited by any shape or form. He is omnipresent. This realization is as profound as it is difficult. Therefore, for the convenience of the devotee, God has been imagined in a form sakara. Idol worship is not merely about worshipping a piece of stone or metal. It is a medium, a bridge that connects the finite human mind with the infinite God. When a devotee stands before an idol, they are not just worshipping an inert object. Through that idol, they are offering their devotion and love to the infinite. This form helps increase mental focus and assists the devotee on the path to reaching the formless being. The easiest path to attaining God, contemplation or action. Many believe that simply being absorbed in thoughts of God or prayer is the only way to attain Him. However, great saints have said otherwise. They have shown that to achieve closeness to God, one cannot be merely a sentimentalist. One must realize Him through action, karma. The easiest and greatest path to attaining God is to love and serve His created beings. Action is devotion. Serving is a living being as Shiva. If God is omnipresent, then He exists within every living being. From this deep realization comes the great teaching of Shiva Jnani Jiva Shiva, serving a living being with the knowledge of Shiva. According to this philosophy, when we selflessly help any person or animal, we are actually serving God. This is not just a good deed. It removes our ego, purifies the mind, and awakens compassion and love in our hearts. The saying, "The hand that serves is holier than the lips that pray," highlights the importance of action. It teaches us that loving and serving God's creation in practice is far more fruitful than simply chanting His name. Conclusion: God is both with form and without form. Yet the easiest way to realize His being is not limited to worship alone. It is also hidden in our actions. Therefore, true religion is not just expressed in the temple, but through the service of every living being. When we extend our hands to help others, we become one with God. This is the essence of spirituality, where action, devotion, and love meet at the same point. 12. The future world. Who holds the reins? Standing before the relentless march of technology and the infinite mysteries of the universe, a question arises in our minds. Will the future world remain in our hands, or will it belong to some other entity? Genetically modified humans, robots, aliens, or cyborgs? Who will be the driving force of the coming Earth? Let's delve deep into this complex question. Genetically modified humans, perfect but ethical questions. Through genetic engineering, there is potential to alter the human genetic structure to increase the disease resistance, boost intelligence, and even enhance physical capabilities to an unprecedented degree. The concept of designer babies is no longer confined to science fiction. It is moving towards reality. If it becomes possible to create such genetically modified humans who are far superior to current humans, will they then lead the future? The brains of genetically modified humans might become so advanced that they could control natural forces with their minds. They might even be able to communicate with each other through telepathy. However, the ethical aspects of this technology are extremely important. Will genetic modification further exacerbate societal inequality? Will the rich be able to genetically perfect their children, leaving the poor behind? The debate continues about where this technology will lead the natural evolution of humankind. Robots, a new horizon of intelligence and efficiency. The rapid development of artificial intelligence and robotics is revolutionizing human daily life. From industry to healthcare, from military fields to space research, robots are now everywhere. Will a day come when robots become so intelligent that they can make their own decisions without depending on humans? If robots become self-aware and act to preserve their own existence, will they surpass humanity? Many scientists believe that powerful artificial intelligence could be a potential threat to human civilization. If artificial intelligence goes beyond human control, it could pose a danger to the very existence of the human species. However, others believe that artificial intelligence and robots will remain as human collaborators, helping to advance human society. Aliens, a cosmic mystery. Does intelligent life exist beyond our solar system? This question has intrigued humanity for centuries. If an advanced alien civilization comes to Earth, what will our relationship with them be like? Will they be friendly, or will they seek to dominate our planet? The arrival of aliens would undoubtedly be the biggest event in human history. Their technology and knowledge could be more advanced than we can imagine. In such a situation, will humanity be able to compete with them? Or will we fall under their control? Will advanced aliens treat us the way we treat insects after conquering Earth? That is, will they see us merely as a lower species of life, whose lives or rights have no value? And will they completely dominate us? Currently, the existence of aliens is not yet confirmed, but the vastness of the universe does not rule out this possibility. Cyborgs, a fusion of human and machine. A cyborg is an entity where biological and mechanical components are integrated. That is, when humans attach electronic or mechanical devices to various parts of their body to enhance their capabilities, they can be called cyborgs. For example, artificial limbs, brain chips, or sensors that increase human sensitivity. Cyborg technology can help humans overcome physical limitations and grant new powers. The question is, where will this integration ultimately lead? When the human body and mind become so intertwined with machines that the definition of humanity itself changes, will they transform into a more advanced species than current humans? Will these cyborgs see themselves as the only suitable rulers of the future world? Conclusion: an uncertain future. It's difficult to say who will control the future world. Perhaps in the future, it won't be a single entity, but rather a new world order will emerge as a result of a complex interaction of all these forces. 13. New horizons for the human species, ocean and space settlement. Is science a blessing or a curse? This question is eternal. But if we can guide science with a proper education and a healthy mindset, then science will undoubtedly lead us to a path of progress currently beyond our imagination. In the hands of educated and morally sound individuals, science will become a powerful tool that will work for the welfare of humanity, unlock new horizons, and solve problems that seem impossible today. The existence of the human species has always been an endless saga of boundless curiosity and the struggle for survival. Perhaps a time will truly come when we will not be confined to the surface of this planet, but will establish permanent homes in the depths of the ocean and the vast emptiness of space. This is not just a scientific fantasy, but a glorious possibility for the next phase of our evolution. The dream of a new civilization in the depths of the ocean has always existed in the human mind. Currently, while we can absorb oxygen dissolved in the air, we cannot take in oxygen dissolved in the water. However, with the incredible advancements in technology and biology, a day will come when our lungs will evolve in such a way that we can easily breathe underwater. Then, the vast expanse of the ocean will become a new continent for us, where we will become an integral part of aquatic life. New architecture, new cultures, and new ways of life will emerge there. The most thrilling aspect is our deep connection with dolphins and other marine creatures. Perhaps then we will realize that they are not mere animals, but advanced, intelligent beings who have consciously kept their world separate from ours. Through this union, the merging of two civilizations will open a new horizon for humankind. At the same time, our gaze will extend beyond Earth's atmosphere into space. There, another new human civilization will emerge in artificially created space colonies. For humans to survive in the hostile environment of space, artificial oxygen production is essential. On Earth, the primary sources of oxygen are plants and some microorganisms in the oceans, which produce oxygen through photosynthesis. A self-sufficient system similar to Earth will be built in space, where oxygen production will be possible using advanced technology. This artificial process will ensure a continuous supply of necessary oxygen in space colonies. to use our limited resources effectively. We will recycle water and other valuable resources there. This will be essential for building future space colonies. These two challenging environments, the depths of the ocean and the void of space, will change the very concept of our human existence. We will become a cosmic species of water, land, and space. Our dialogue with extraterrestrial beings will begin, and we will discover that we are not the only advanced species in the universe. This journey of human species into the future will usher in a new era. We will not be confined to the narrow boundaries of the Earth's surface, but will leave our footprints in the depth of the ocean and the infinity of space. This expansion will not only overcome our geographical limitations, but also broaden our minds and thoughts. We will become cosmic beings whose roots will be on this earth, but whose branches will spread throughout the endless universe. 14. Different opinions about aliens. From my early childhood, one question used to bother me very much. This universe is so vast, with billions of galaxies, billions of stars, billions of planets and moons, yet there is no life anywhere else besides this earth? It can't be. There must be life on many planets similar to our earth. Various science fiction writers have expressed different opinions about aliens. Most of these opinions might seem unbelievable at first glance. Many believe that perhaps most advanced civilizations in this universe keep themselves hidden. They think that if other beings from different planets learn about their civilization, those beings might attack them. Resources are limited in this universe for survival. So, if any new alien civilization reveals itself, others may attack them. That's why every civilization hides itself. On the other hand, many believe that it's possible that aliens want to come to our Earth, but cannot because of microorganisms. If any alien body comes to our Earth, these microorganisms destroy them. Microorganisms control this Earth. They regulate various functions within our bodies also. We breathe oxygen that we mostly get from microorganisms. Aliens may have been unable to come to our Earth physically, but they have communicated with us in many ways. In the last 10,000 years of the history of human civilization, the human civilization and the alien civilization have come in contact with each other many a times. Whenever human civilization has come in contact with alien civilization, the human civilization has progressed a step forward in knowledge and science. Many believe that the gods and demons described in various mythologies across different civilizations were actually aliens. Many believe that humans themselves are aliens from different planets. If we compare humans to other living beings on this earth, we can easily understand the differences. Unlike most other animals, humans cannot walk on four legs. Humans cannot digest most of the food they get from the environment by eating it directly. Humans cannot get wet in the rain for hours. If exposed to the sun's harsh rays for several hours, humans suffer from sunstroke. Humans are the least adapted to survive in Earth's environment. Many believe that this Earth is like a huge cosmic prison. Once, human ancestors lived on an unknown planet. They could control natural forces with their minds. But humans became so corrupt that they caused their own destruction. Driven by greed and ignorance, they tried to destroy nature. As punishment, most humans were stripped of their powers, and sent to distant blue planets, Earth, from which they can never return. 15. The 21st century crisis of valueless society and misguided knowledge. Religion, politics, science, and education. These words were once the pillars of human progress, the cornerstones of our society. But today, these sacred concepts seem to have lost their meaning, gone astray, and are pushing humanity towards an uncertain future. The true meaning of the word dharma is the right path, which dictates our supreme duty, showing us the path to unity and liberation. Karma refers to the consequences of our actions, the ledger of our good and bad deeds. A correct understanding of this dharma and karma was supposed to lead us towards a better life. But unfortunately, religion today is trapped in a web of superstition. People are using religion as a weapon to harm each other, view each other with suspicion, and create division. The conflict raging in the name of religion is polluting our fundamental human values. Similarly, political leaders who once dreamed of new lives and promised change have today sullied their characters with the lust for power. They have indulged in the politics of violence and corruption, seeking to keep ordinary people uneducated and in darkness, so that they cannot distinguish between right and wrong. This political decay is poisoning every level of society, posing a serious threat to our democratic values. Science, which was supposed to take humanity to the pinnacle of progress, is today moving towards destruction. Nuclear weapons, environmental pollution, and the misuse of technology are making our planet uninhabitable. The education that was supposed to broaden our minds has today narrowed them further, giving rise to division and hatred. The environment is becoming polluted all around us, and the way we are wasting and misusing our natural resources is making our destruction inevitable. This earth is gradually becoming unsuitable for human habitation. Religion, politics, science, each had immense potential to build a beautiful world, but today everything is being led astray. To be freed from this misguidance, we need the awakening of good sense. If good sense does not awaken in our minds, then nothing can lead us on the path of true progress. Instead, it will push us towards destruction. Let us all collectively find a way out of this darkness. Let us bring religion back to its true meaning, where humanity and empathy are paramount. In politics, let us prioritize honesty and public service. Let us use science for human welfare and education for the development of the mind. Our combined efforts can make this earth habitable once again, where peace, harmony, and progress will prevail. 16. The existential crisis and humanity's responsibility and introspection. The pervasive scarcity engulfing our world isn't a natural phenomenon. Rather, it's a terrifying consequence of human activity. At its root lie the squandering, misuse, and unequal distribution of resources, giving birth to a suffering that manifests as poverty, a curse entirely of our own making. Each day, countless lives perish from starvation, a tragic number that often goes unrecorded. This is a silent genocide resulting from our failure to share the earth's abundance equally. This relentless wastage of essential resources poses an existential threat to future generations. Our profligate use of drinking water and electricity, in particular, foreshadows severe crisis to come. The way we disregard nature's benevolence suggests humanity might descend into a brutal fight for mere existence, ultimately becoming the cause of its own destruction. If this path remains unchanged, extreme environmental disasters and intense social conflicts are inevitable in the near future. We arrived on this planet as guests, benefiting from nature's boundless hospitality, yet gripped by insatiable greed and profound ignorance, we have become the architects of ecological imbalance. This incessant assault on nature's delicate equilibrium will perhaps inevitably lead to our downfall. Perhaps when we are no more, nature, in its immutable wisdom, will give birth to a new, more evolved species, one that extends a hand of cooperation rather than the fists of competition. Humanity's greatest qualities were empathy and compassion for all living beings, which set us apart from other creatures. Our innate tendency to live collectively, our ability to form societies propelled us far ahead in the journey of adaptation. This collective consciousness defined our excellence, allowing us to build complex civilizations. A profound and alarming transformation is underway. Benevolent, compassionate instincts are gradually vanishing from the human mind. Our empathy and sympathy for other animals are dwindling, and a growing desire for solitary living is overriding our innate social instincts. We are no longer content with the resources nature provides. An incessant ache of dissatisfaction consumes us, preventing us from appreciating what we already have. This discontent teaches us to neglect the present and plunges us into despair over what's missing. As a result of our actions, countless plants, animals, and other species are becoming extinct or endangered, often without being accounted for. Their extinction feels like the extinction of our very conscience. Ultimately, true progress cannot be measured solely by the technological advancements. No matter how advanced we become, we won't be able to prevent our own destruction unless we awaken the latent benevolent instincts within ourselves. In this critical moment, restoring our humanity is essential. The path forward must be paved by collective effort. We all need to strive to walk the right path together, learn these ethical principles ourselves, and most importantly, teach them to the next generation. Only then will we be able to reclaim our place as a true guardians of this planet and build a brighter future free from self-inflicted scarcity.